I love a good challenge. And it just so happens that the other day one of my favorite customers came into the restaurant and challenged me with making a lobster BLT using some of his lobster. Stay tuned because today I'm going to show you how I'm going to elevate it and I'm going to make this the best lobster BLT you've ever seen. When Stuart Lamont came into the restaurant last week and challenged me to use his lobster, well, of course, I said yes. Stuart Lamont runs Tangier Lobster, which is on the eastern shore here in Nova Scotia, and a little known fact is they actually export to over 20 countries, which is crazy. All those countries eating Nova Scotia lobster. To make an amazing sandwich, first you have to start with the most amazing products. Obviously, Tangier Lobster, I've got these knuckles, claws, and tail. Just to take it up a notch, I made a loaf of just beautiful white sandwich bread, bacon from Brienne at Vessel Meats. We're gonna put some avocado in there just for a little bit of creaminess, tomatoes, obviously because it's a BLT, and lettuce. And I'm gonna do just a really simple like citrus and tarragon aioli. And then we're gonna build it all together, and then you're gonna see how this humble sandwich is gonna be taken up a notch.
So if you're adding avocado,
yes.
It's actually called a blat?
A blat, sure. We're making a blat today, Doug.
All right.
First thing I'm gonna do is cook my bacon. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm at home and even at work, I hate cooking bacon on top of the stove because it splatters everywhere and it splatters on you and then the house is the mess and the kitchen smells. So I always do mine in the oven. I line like a tray or baking sheet with tin foil. That way it's easy cleanup. And I just pop it in the oven, 400 degrees, kind of forget about it. And the next thing I'm going to do actually is make a like citrus mayonnaise.
Renee, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you called it an aioli in the intro.
I did call it an aioli. And
so what's the difference?
So an aioli does not have eggs in it. It's basically just an emulsion of garlic and olive oil, where mayonnaise has eggs and is an emulsion with like an oil. So typically like a canola oil. I'm using just like a neutral oil. I'm using safflower oil. So I made the mistake. I'm correcting my mistake.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome. So
Thanks for the clarification.
Thank you. I've got my 3 egg yolks in my bowl and I'm doing this little trick.
And so what is this trick that you're doing here with the tea towel?
I'm building a little nest with my tea towel so that
cool.
my bowl doesn't move. So I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in there to start. And I've got a little bit of Dijon because I like sort of the heat of the Dijon in there. I also find that if you put Dijon in there, often it won't split.
It's an emulsifier.
An emulsifier. I'm going to start with a little bit of lemon juice. And then I'm going to start whisking. So I get everything mixed together. And then I'm going to slowly start adding my oil. So I'm going to do that sort of slowly and gradually until it starts to thicken. Now I'm going to zest in my citrus. So I'm
you have enough aioli there for looks like a year.
Hardly, but it'll keep in the fridge for like a week.
So you use 3 egg yolks, but
I used 3 egg yolks, but you could probably get away with 1. I'm going to zest in some of my orange zest because I do truly believe that citrus and seafood go hand in hand. Now I'm going to add lemon as well. I do think lemons and oranges also are great pals. What would Stuart Lamont say?
I would think he would approve, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Stuart is very disapproving sometimes of some stuff on the menu. That's why he wants to be on the menu creating committee.
He has high standards.
He has very high standards.
He knows what he likes, and I respect that.
I'm going to whisk that in. And then I'm going to chop up a little bit of tarragon, because I love tarragon. If you didn't want to use tarragon, you could use dill. All right, little tarragon in there. So I'm going to give a little bit of freshly cracked pepper. You know what would also be really good in here? You could also add a little bit of cayenne or a little bit of hot sauce.
True.
If you wanted to like go in that direction. Then I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to check on the bacon. Bacon is out of the oven. I have it on paper towel just draining because I don't really want the greasiness. I'm going to make a quick avocado, like chunky avocado, because I really like the silkiness and the fattiness of the avocado in with the lobster BLT.
I mean, avocado does seem to go really well with lobster.
It does. No, it does go really well with lobster. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could do slices, but whenever we do slices, I always find that it like shoots out of my sandwich. So that's
part of a good sandwich is engineering, right?
Engineering, you want to have different flavors and textures. I know you always tell me to put something crunchy.
I like the crunch.
The crunch.
But I also, like with the engineering, I can't stand when I bite into a sandwich and everything in the sandwich squirts out the other side.
I'm gonna add a little bit of lemon to this as well, because not only does it add that beautiful acidity, but it also prevents it from growing brown. I'm gonna mash this up, and then we are gonna get ready to assemble this amazing blat.
Blat.
Blat?
BLT sounds definitely a lot better.
Okay. Time to assemble. Are you ready? Time to assemble.
I'm ready. This is the main event.
I toasted my bread in butter, just on the outside, so that the inside is still really nice and soft. I like sort of roughly chop some of my lobster meat and mix it with the aioli that we made. I'm going to put a little bit of the avocado puree on each side of my bread. I do love the avocado with this, actually. But again, what would Stuart Lamont say?
I think he's going to be quite thrilled with this version.
Well, you know, like, Tangier Lobster's beautiful. It's a beautiful product. And I feel very fortunate, especially here in Nova Scotia, that there's so many amazing products like that. I'm gonna start with tomatoes.
All right.
And I like to use a serrated knife or a bread knife when I do my tomatoes. That way I can get them nice and thin. And one thing that I always tell people when using or putting tomatoes on anything, they also have to be seasoned. Bacon.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna just break it up. That way it's a lot easier to eat. All right.
The bacon adds like a nice salty, crunchy
crunch component to it. I'm almost thinking I want to put the shreddus.
Shreddus.
The shreddus, because then the lobster can be nestled on
What
top.
the heck is shreddus?
Well, you and I just had this discussion.
Yes,
This is just shredded lettuce. So I'm going to put some of these beautiful, I've got the knuckle and the claw and tail in here.
Beautiful.
Just in this lovely aioli. And I didn't want to dress it too heavily because I don't want to take away from the lobster meat itself.
And I think that this may have to make an appearance on the menu at the restaurant as well.
I think so. If it was at the restaurant, you know what would be on here?
Pickled red onions.
Pickled red onions.
That would be good though too.
Yes, all right, and then I'm gonna top it. I'm gonna smush it, and now I'm gonna attempt to cut it.
All right, are you gonna go diagonal?
Diagonal.
Or perpendicular? Diagonal cut, here we go.
Here we go.
Wow.
And get my hands around this. Oh yeah.
Success.
Success. All right, Stuart Lamont.
That looks amazing.
There you go. The lobster blat.
Blat or
blat.
BLT.
The blat. All right.
Do I get to try this now?
I invite you to come and try it. You can dig in.
I can give this beauty a try right now. This is amazing. I like this challenge was good. This is a good one. Thank you, Stuart, for challenging Renee to something so delicious that I get to eat. Okay, this is gonna be good. Are you gonna try it?
I'm gonna watch you first. I don't actually want to get it all over myself because I always think the best sandwiches are actually the sloppiest sandwiches. So maybe I'll just eat this one in private.
I have to say, the engineering is solid. It's
all right.
not slopping all over the place.
Perfect.
I'm getting delicious bacon and lettuce and tomato and lobster and avocado in every bite. On your bread is exceptional too.
Thank you. The humble lobster. I always like the story when people say, my father was a lobster fisherman. We had lobster in our lunch every day. I can't stand it. Well, if they would have had this sandwich, it would have been pretty bomb.
Agreed. People often think that lobster needs to be special occasion. It has to be like, you know, haute cuisine. But the reality is lobster is incredible and something as humble as a BLT.
There you go.
So there you go.
There you go.
All right, until the next time.
Until the next time.